Good evening. Good evening, Luis. Before this match, you told us that you were expecting a match as good as the one against Liverpool, and the score maybe is different tonight. Have you seen that tonight? I didn't exactly say that. I was answering a question, and I've been asked which match I would like this match to look like. But I think we've all seen a match that's a match that we were expecting against an opponent that had a pretty much closed up defense with good offensive opportunities on transitions, especially. But on this match, we've seen a little bit of everything, and we've been able to control the pace, and we've had opportunities to score. It's always difficult to attack such a defensive mid-lower block, but we've been pretty consistent. And when they've been really pressing very well, every time they were getting close to our goal, we were a little bit doubting, I believe. However, the team has been showing that it's a team that's ready and that's competitive, ready to play against any team. And then Désiré scored and allowed us to reach the halftime in a better situation. Then the last-minute goal is a cherry on the cake, let's say. But we've managed to achieve our goal, and now we have to play this second match. But now it's starting pretty well. Yesterday, you were talking about your players to be calm, and it could be the key to the match. What's your take on that? Unfortunately, and maybe luckily, unfortunately, because when a team scores first, without no goal opportunities and lead, it's really delicate, this moment in a match. But we've had that in the past and in important matches, and the team kept playing in the same way. They kept dominating the match, and they try and find necessary resources to play against a very great team with a very great coach, with a very great level. And I think the result reflects the difference between us and them. And I believe that the result is rewarding the way we've been fighting in this match. What do you think about the next match coming up? Do you think you've already stepped in the final? If we look at what happened yesterday during the Champions League day, I don't think it's fair to talk about favorite. What does that mean? The favorite teams? It means whatever the result, whether we won or if we drew, if we would have lost. Our goal in Birmingham is to try and win the match. That's the only goal we have. We don't know how to play differently. We don't know how to calculate. We don't know how to defend in a low block, defensive block. Maybe one day would be necessary to play like that. But our goal, our objective is to keep the ball and to be really aggressive in offense. But this is our weapons. This is what we're playing with, and that's what we're going to be trying. That's what we'll try to do. Désiré Doue is a scorer tonight, and we saw you were a little bit upset when he was alone in front of that lower defensive block, not finding ways, spacing. I know you don't like to talk about players individually, but we kind of have to tonight. What do you think about his performance tonight? No, I'm not upset because a player is dribbling Everybody who's dribbling in the last third of the pitch is fantastic. We have players that who actually have these qualities. One-on-one. Desiree knows how to play in those really, really small spaces, and then he can also shoot. He can defend. He's working in this way, so he's got everything that a player needs to be a great player here in Paris. And I'm really lucky because even the bench players, they have qualities to play, and they've actually shown that the entire season, like Barcola, Emery, Hernandez, Ramos. This is great. This is what I have here in Paris, as a privileged Paris coach. And when a player dribbles in the last third of the pitch, it's never a problem, because if everything's aligned, you can shoot, and then you can keep pressing, and it's one of the characteristics of our team. We've seen Aston Villa with a strategy that was pretty defensive, which we didn't expect. Did you expect that, and how did you find a way to counter this? Before matches, we always try and imagine what the opponent is going to offer. Aston Villa play against Liverpool, City, Chelsea, Arsenal, and they've always been a team, an offensive team, and all the way from the defense. And now we pressed them pretty well. We've forced them to pass the ball a lot, and we were strong on the one-on-one and every. And I will repeat it tonight. Even though they were playing more defensively than what we were expecting, I believe that the qualities of the players is exceptional. They have a lot of resources, and they have lots of international level players. I wanted to ask you a question about this one-on-one. What is particular in Kvara's dribble? It looks like he's looking at the goalkeeper, but it looks like he's looking at the opponent, but not really the ball. Is he actually looking at the ball? I'm not sure if he's looking at the ball. I mean, what's obvious is that he's a player who's versatile. He's a player that we've tried and signed the previous year, and it didn't work out during last summer as well. And eventually we managed to sign him when we didn't expect to sign him. And he's gathering everything that we need for this project, this young project. He's got qualities with and without the ball. He's making great effort in defense, high-level efforts, and this is a precondition to be part of this team. And to be with being a coach like me, it's so great to have such a player, so young and with a great mind and personality and experience. And today he received the best player award with this amazing goal. He already scored like that in Liverpool, but the goal had been cancelled because it was offside. Today, I think the team has received this reward that he deserved.
La manière dont l'équipe a repris après le 0.
What do you think? What would you say about your team? The way they got back after this 1-0. Well, again, this team is young, and throughout the season, there's been a lot of different delicate moments. We have to do everything to win. We did everything to win a match, and then all of a sudden, suffering certain circumstances that the opponent scores and is running, ahead. But in these situations, and today, defensively, we've been playing at a very high level, and if we hadn't, we would have been able to contain Villa the way we did. So I think we should just continue to insist on your strengths, and recovering from these type of issues makes you stronger, and that's how it's been throughout the entire season. It's a great result today, but the goal again, and I repeat it, independently from the results of the first match, we will have to do the same thing. On this match, you've decided to have Doue in the starting 11. Against Liverpool, you had Barcola. Did you expect this lower defensive block? Because Barcola, he's got this ability to go through and play deep. Emery was also there, and Emery, the coach, was really optimistic about the next match. And do you understand this optimism? I mean, yeah, Emery has to be optimistic. I am as well, really optimistic. And we really want to go to Birmingham to play a great match and show our level, how we can play at home and away. And regarding coaches making decisions, I think we didn't expect that much spaces, and playing in small spaces. I think Desiré is one of the most decisive, more clinical player when it comes to space. He doesn't need much space to dribble. He's really good at. Bradley is also able to put pressure with his dribbling and make the defense move. But I had to decide today. 4 or 5 players were on the bench who could have actually started in the starting lineup. Could have been part of the starting lineup. And yeah, the most important thing is that the players are ready to be competitive.
Thank you. I just wanted to ask you, over the last year and a half, you talked about it being a young team, and what's been key in their development to perform as the team has against Liverpool back-to-back, and the performance we saw tonight against Aston Villa in the biggest competition?
Well, I think from the last year, and especially this year, we changed more or less our DNA, trying to sign young players with a lot of quality. We have that resources, and I think it's important try to develop our idea not only with the young players, which is important, but also with the experienced players. And I think we are in that mix, that important mix, and with the confidence and with the enough energy to try to go through the next phase and try to make history in Paris, because it's our goal, trying to win all the trophies, and it's an ambitious goal, but at the same time, it's a motivating situation for us, and I'm very happy with the performance today, very happy with the performance the whole year, and I hope we can continue in that way.
Dernière question.
Buenas noches, aquí Manu Terradios, Onda Cero Radio esta de noche. Le quería preguntar qué nivel de alivio ha sentido.
Tell us how relieved you feel now, especially after the third goal. 2 goals, being 3 goals ahead is always better. I think the last minute goal reflects or rewards us for the work that we've provided for 90 minutes. If we want to reach the semifinals, we need to play and to keep playing. There will be more spaces, and we are a team in transition that dominates with really fast players and versatile players. So this type of scenario, we kind of know already. When we win matches in our league, teams try and be offensive and generate space. And Aston Villa will have to do the same thing. They will have to be more offensive than what they were here in Paris. And I think that's really interesting. If we play at the right level, this match will be really exciting. But calculating for us does not exist. We don't calculate. We have one goal, is to go and win in Birmingham.